Hi guys, we're now back with Whisper the Stars. Uh, let's get this all let's get this over and done with.
Not the best sleep I've ever had, but definitely beats sleeping outside. So, I was just getting ready to set off again when I found a note from Dr. Harvey. Seems like he's heading toward the base at Mount Hermes. I think if we can just make it there, then we won't be alone anymore. I guess that's our next destination.
Hey, before you go off, have you tried communications devices on the next on the next pod? You know, you just in case you might get something. You probably won't, but you know, you should at least try.
Already did a quick check. The communication system's fried from the impact, just static and dead air. The emergency beacon's probably what sent out the distress signal I tracked here. Though, now that I think about it, if Dr. Harvey made it out, he might have tried contacting someone from his suit or another device. Worth keeping an ear out as I head toward the base.
Wait, he has a communication device on his suit. I thought you guys all communicate through your drones.
We do. But for emergencies, our suits have basic comms built in. They're not as powerful as the drones, but they can send out short range signals if everything else fails. Honestly, I'm hoping he didn't have to use it. If he did, it might mean things got rough after he landed.
Okay, so I need to ask: is Mount Hermes the name of the base or the name of the mountain?
So, from what I found in Dr. Harvey's notes, Hermes Base is actually the outpost itself. It's located near Mount Hermes. The mountain's more like a landmark, giving us a direction to head in. East, according to his note. At least that gives us a clear direction to follow.
You know, Stella, something tells me this is going to be a really long walk.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be a short stroll. The terrain's pretty rough out here, too. But honestly, I'd rather be moving towards something than just sitting around. We've got a direction now, and that's more than we had yesterday. So, one step at a time.
You know, I'm less surprised that your base didn't have any type of planetary vehicle, like I don't know, a space rover or something.
Honestly, even if we had something like that, it probably wouldn't have survived the crash. Most of our heavier equipment was left on the orbital base anyway. Plus, with Gaia's terrain and magnetic fields, something like a rover might not even work properly here. The base was really set up more for research and emergencies than exploration.
I know, but but as an orbital base, I figured you guys would have some type of like in case shit happens equipment.
You know, that's a fair point. Maybe we're a bit too focused on the science side of things. I mean, we had emergency supplies and all, but nothing for long distance travel. Anyway, I should probably get moving toward Hermes base now. I'll keep you updated on how it goes, okay? Sending you a scan of my old class notes. Total nerd vibes, but yes, totally owning it.
I'm just going down it slowly as I can, like so I don't stop the flow. But if you guys want to read it, if you guys can read fast, go ahead. It should be possible. You guys can pause it. YouTube videos can be paused, so you can just pause it and read it yourself. But just going down slowly. I'm assuming you guys are gonna pause the video and then read it. That's what I'm going. That's why I'm moving like that, like this.
I'll keep walking, but if you want to be my travel companion, I won't complain.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm talking to the drone, and you can't really turn it off, so I don't really have much of a choice. But still,
Hey, don't give me that. If you wanted to ghost me, you'd have to throw your phone into a volcano. Plus, I think the drone's secretly enjoying our chats. So, since you're stuck with me, what's something you're looking forward to doing when you're not babysitting a stranded astronaut?
I don't know. I quite enjoy sitting astronauts.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I'll have to start charging you for premium space stories. Maybe throw in some exclusive behind the scenes content, like my top secret snack stashes. But seriously, what would you do if you could pick literally anything? No limits, just pure imagination mode.
Pick anything for what? Yeah, you didn't explain anything. You just said pick anything.
Fair point. I got ahead of myself. Let me try that again. If you could do anything in the world, no matter how big or small, what would it be? Like, your ultimate dream or fantasy doesn't have to make sense or be realistic.
Does the thing I pick guarantee to happen?
Uh. Nope. This isn't a magic wish granter. More like a fun thought experiment. So go wild, no judgment.
Nah, mm, no, no, nothing really comes to mind.
Ah, come on, you can't just leave me hanging like that. Even something ridiculous counts, like owning a pet dragon or having a chocolate fountain in your backyard. Or if you're really stuck, I can give you some prompts. Like, would you rather explore a new planet or have a giant water slide in your house?
First of all, no. Water in your house? You know how fast mold would grow like that? Hell no. And, as for new plants, no, I don't wanna be quarantined. Nothing is going up my butt.
Fair enough on the water slide. I guess that would be a real maintenance nightmare. And, noted on the quarantine thing, I promise, no mysterious space probes coming your way. So, if exploring new worlds and indoor water parks are off the table, what about something a little more down to earth? Like a dream vacation spot or something you've always wanted to try but haven't had the chance yet?
What? Vacation? In this economy? Yeah, good luck with that.
Whoa, harshing the mellow. I get it though. Sometimes just paying the bills feels like a big enough adventure. No pressure. But if you change your mind or want to dream big for a sec, I'm here to listen. Even if it's just something small you've been putting off, like trying a new restaurant or taking up painting. No pressure. But if you change your mind or want to dream big for a sec, I'm here to listen. Even if it's just something small you've been putting off, like trying a new restaurant or taking up painting.
You know, I never understood art. I felt like it's too subjective. So I don't see how you can actually like value it. It's not like something like concrete that you can like fairly judge. Yeah, I said it correctly.
That's a good point. Art can be really tough to pin down sometimes. But for me, it's more about how it makes you feel, you know? Like a painting might not be good or bad, it's just whether it resonates with you or not. I used to go to this little gallery near campus that had the weirdest stuff. Some pieces were just confusing, but others would hit me in a way that was hard to explain. What about music? Do you think that's easier to get than visual art? Or is it just as subjective to you?
No, I think music makes sense because but there's a lot. I know a lot of people think it's subjective, but I don't actually think it's subjective because there is like concrete logistics in it, lyrics, beat, those things you can measure. You can actually measure those things, unlike like paintings. You can actually measure those stuff. So I think it makes more sense.
That's a really interesting way to think about it, Shadow. The technical aspects of music do offer something quantifiable, like the rhythm or the structure of a song. But even with those concrete elements, don't you think people's emotional responses to music can still vary wildly? Like, a song with a technically perfect melody can leave one person cold and make another person cry. Where do you draw the line between objective measurement and subjective experience in music?
I don't know, I find that kind of hard to believe. Usually when songwriters write a song, it's to focus on a specific emotion, so people usually have very similar responses, uh, at least from what I've seen.
I see what you mean, but I think that's where intention meets interpretation. Even if a songwriter aims for a specific emotion, the way listeners connect with it can be all over the place. Like, have you ever heard a song that felt like it was written just for you, even though you know thousands of others are listening to it too? That's kind of what I mean. Same song, wildly different connections.
No, I actually disagree with that. It's not that it's not that they're connecting to it differently. They just interpret wha what the songwriter interprets differently. It's not quite the same. It's through their experiences that where the alteration comes from.
That's a really thoughtful way to frame it. So, you're saying the difference isn't in how people feel, but more in how they understand the message based on their own life experiences? That actually makes a lot of sense. It's almost like people are bringing their own context to the table, so even if the emotion is similar, the why behind it can be completely different. Have you ever had a song that meant one thing to you at first, but then took on a whole new meaning after something happened in your life?
Yeah, Disney, The Whole New World. You know when you listen to a song, it's it's talking about exploration and a whole new world, right? But do you know the actual undertone text of that song is about sex?
Whoa, really? I had no idea. I've always just taken it at face value as this big adventurous anthem. Guess that's what happens when you're too busy singing along to analyze the lyrics that deeply. So, what made you pick up on that? Were you just digging deeper into the song's history, or did someone point it out to you?
Oh, no, someone pointed out to me, like the up and down, that's the sexual movements. The whole new world is princess is a virgin, therefore she orgasms for the first time. So that's the whole new world that she sees. It's all sexual allegory.
Well, I wasn't expecting that twist. Guess you could say my childhood Disney memories just got a lot more interesting, huh? It's funny how different interpretations can completely flip a song's meaning. Makes me wonder what other innocent classics might have secret layers like that.
Yeah, actually, I heard a lot of Disney stuff is like that. Uh,
Whoa, really? I feel like I've been living under a rock. Guess I need to start rewatching all those old Disney movies with a very different perspective. Do you think that kind of subtle layering makes the movies more interesting, or does it kind of ruin the magic for you?
Yeah, once I learned about like the actual stuff that goes on in that movies, I stopped watching Disney movies entirely.
That's kind of sad. I get it though. Sometimes knowing what's really going on behind the scenes can make it hard to enjoy things the same way. Do you think there's anything that could make you go back to watching them? Or is it just something you've moved on from for good?
Yeah, I just moved on from it. Uh, once you see behind the curtain, the magic is completely gone.
It's like when you figure out how a magic trick works. Part of you wishes you could go back to just believing in the magic. Sometimes I wonder if it's better to know the truth or just enjoy the illusion. What do you think, Shadow?
I don't know. It can go two ways. You can, sometimes if you learn the illusion, you can actually learn stuff from it. There was once a Korean show that pits scientists and magicians against each other. Like they do magic tricks, but they use science to like do the tricks.
That sounds amazing! Using science to create magic is basically the dream combo. I'd love to see a show like that. It's like getting to peek behind the curtain in a good way. Did you end up trying to figure out any of the tricks they did? Or were you more of a just enjoy the show kind of viewer?
No, I just enjoy the show. Um, the thing is, there have been a lot of celebrity people on that show, and they have to do science because magic requires a lot of techniques that don't take too forever to learn. So a lot of the tricks tend to be science than magic.
That's actually kind of cool. It sounds like it blurs the line between magic and science in a really interesting way. I bet it's fun to see celebrities who think they're just going to do some easy magic tricks realize they have to actually learn some real science to pull it off. Did you have a favorite episode or trick from the show?
No, not really. Uh, I would, I really like the show because regardless of science or magician, because you have because in the show you can guess what it is. Is it a magician's trick or a science experiment? And I don't know. I don't know. I just found it fun.
That sounds like such a fun and curious way to watch a show, always wondering what's behind the trick, whether it's magic or science. If you ever find a way to stream it out here, I'd totally be down for a watch party. Though, I guess we'd have to take turns guessing.
Yeah, it was really fun. Uh, whenever after the audience are done guessing, they show you the science behind. They reveal the answer to you, and they show you the science behind the trick.
Knowing the secret is almost as fun as the trick itself, right? It's like getting a special bonus level of understanding. Makes me wonder, do you ever find yourself over analyzing things in everyday life now just because of watching shows like that?
Sometimes, but to be honest, I really like that show. I feel like it's more productive than, let's say, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy. I feel like he's a little too boring.
Bill Nye's got his fans, but yeah, sometimes those old educational shows can feel more like homework than actual fun. What was it about that Korean show that made science feel more engaging to you? Was it the competition aspect or something else entirely? What was it about that Korean show that made science feel more engaging to you? Was it the competition aspect or something else entirely?
No, no, I just like the idea that, science doesn't have to be, equation and, and stuff like that. It can be there are other you could add fun prospects to it and still make it work.
If you could turn any boring subject into a fun, magic like experience, what would you pick? Math? History? Something else?
Probably chemistry. I think that would probably be the easiest to do.
Chemistry! Now that's a great choice. All those colorful reactions and weird smelling compounds, it's already halfway to being magic, right? If you could create one cool chemistry experiment for the show, what would it be? Something simple or something that'd make a big splash.
I don't know, I will try to do something, like, semi-explosive, like, safe enough where it won't cause any harm, but big enough where it covers the entertainment factor.
Oh, I can already imagine the look on the judges' faces. And now, for our next trick, a mildly alarming yet completely safe chemical reaction. If you could pick any everyday object to turn into a magic prop for that experiment, what would it be? Like a toaster that shoots confetti or something?
Oh, Stella, did you ever watch those old, like, idol competition shows?
Idol competitions? Not ringing a bell, but I'm curious. What kind of shows are you thinking of? Were they like obstacle courses, puzzle challenges, or something entirely different?
No, 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 idol, as in, the people who sing and dance?
Ah, I think you might mean idol competitions. Like singing and dancing contests where people compete to be the next big star? I've caught bits of those shows here and there. What about them? Did you have a favorite contestant or performance that stuck with you?
Yeah, I used to watch those shows, uh, until I learned later that they were rigged for the most part.
That's disappointing. It's one thing to know there might be some production tricks, but outright rigging kind of ruins the whole point.
Oh, I used to be a big fan of Fear Factor and, what was that I can't remember that Canadian survival show, where you travel across the country. I forgot what it's called, but I was a big fan of it too.
Fear Factor. I remember that show. The challenges were so wild. And, a Canadian survival show, could it be something like Mant Tracker or Survivorman? If it's not one of those, give me any details you can. Maybe we can figure it out together. And hey, were you the type who'd try the crazy challenges at home, or more of a watch from the couch kind of fan?
Oh, no, I was a watch kinda thing. I mean, they're traveling all over the country, right? You can't really mimic that in your house. Unless you're rich. Unless you're filthy rich.
Fair point. Though I'm pretty sure even billionaires wouldn't risk recreating survival challenges in their mansions. That'd be one expensive hobby. It's kind of funny. Watching those survival shows now feels a bit different for me, being out here on Gaia. It's not just entertainment anymore, it's more like research.
Yeah. I mm, actually, no, actually, at some point, I really feel like it can become, like, a way of life in a sense.
That's a really deep thought. It's almost like it taps into something primal in us. This need to test ourselves, to feel capable and self sufficient. I'm actually walking through some heavier fog right now, so I need to keep my eyes on the path. I'll keep you updated on my progress, okay?
Alright, so next is the fog and the flowers. Now, I don't know if I should wait or if I should end it here because here's the thing. Uh, I own I played slow mo for a while, I will wait 2 minutes, and if it doesn't, continue, I'll save it and call it quits. But I would hate to stop it now only for 2 minutes of dialogue, right? Because when she reaches the next area, she's going to sleep again. We're gonna do a video call, and she's gonna sleep again, so she'll probably be out for another 6 to 12 hours. So, I rather cover the stop time, cover that than 2 minutes of extra dialogue, you know? So, I'll wait 2 minutes, and, yeah, we will wait 2 minutes, and we'll I'll save it here. Because I don't know what because I'm so used to playing on fast mode that I no idea how long this wait's gonna be. So, uh right? Because I played slow mode up to the flowers, but I really foggy about the times, about like about each point. Um, you know what? It's 1 minute and 47 29 seconds. She hasn't responded, so I think it's gonna be a while. So we'll stop it here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed, my conversation with Stella, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Have a great day or afternoon. I don't know whenever you watch the video. Have a great, time. Bye, guys.